Hello and welcome to Toastmaster Time, the show that has everybody talking. I'm your host, George Marshall, and I'm pleased to present a special show on Toastmasters leadership here in District 57. We have with us tonight three of the top officers in our district. I'd like to introduce them briefly, and then we'll be talking to them later on. We have Randie Ellington, our district director. We have Dilek and Karen, our program quality director. And we have Karen Moirao, club growth director. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Randie, let's start with you. What is your role in the district this year?
I am the district director.
You are the district director, and you're going to have to tell me what that involves.
I don't know what it involves. As much as I can figure so far, the district director is responsible for the overall direction of our district for the year. So I serve between July 1st to June 30th of the following year. I'm responsible for the fiduciary responsibilities of the district, as well as the overall tone of the district, and to mentor the new leaders that are coming along after us.
That's fantastic. How long have you been in Toastmasters preparing to take on this role?
I've been preparing for this role for 35 years.
35 years.
Right. In fact, to tell you the truth, it's been 35 years. This year has been a landmark year for me because I also finally achieved my Distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest award you can get in Toastmasters.
Congratulations, Randie.
Thank you.
All right. 35 years that took you?
Yes, what can I say? I've always felt that Toastmasters was more of a journey than a destination. I enjoyed myself every year. Every year that I've been in Toastmasters has been better than the year before.
Great. That role sounds very responsible. How did you decide to take on this leadership role?
To tell you the truth, I was drafted. I served as division director approximately 4 years ago, but it turned out there was a vacancy in what turned out to be the club growth position in our year halfway through, and I was asked to step in. And once I was there, I had it. I was going to keep on moving.
Well, it sounded like your way of getting into this track was interesting, but are you enjoying your roles you've done so far?
As I said, every year has gotten better than the year before. And this year, I'm excited for the fact is that I can finally put my stamp on the district and Toastmasters in general. I can help bring forward new leaders, which is what Toastmasters is all about, and I can affect a lot of people, and I'm very happy with that idea.
Well, Randie, we have some more questions here in a little bit. Are you ready to get up and talk?
Yes, I am.
All right, great. Well, while Randie's getting ready, I'd like to remind you that we have almost 17,000 Toastmasters clubs around the world, divided up into about 100 districts. And for each of those districts, there's a set of district officers, including the district director. So, Randie, let's get to talking about some of the things you've been doing. You told me a little bit about your responsibilities, but as a district director, what are your responsibilities and your priorities this year?
What are my responsibilities and my priorities for this year as district director? Well, there's many different responsibilities. To begin with, as district director, I am the strategic leader of the district. I have the responsibility, as I mentioned before, to grow the new leaders that come along. I can set the tone for what the district will focus on. And one of the priorities that I chose this year was to go back to basics, which is to develop the people that are our Toastmasters. I feel like that Toastmasters is a vehicle that people come to learn and develop people skills, leadership skills, and I want to get back to the basics to make that happen. So this year, my primary priority will be to develop the new leaders.
So as the district director, do you see any special challenges coming up for you during your year coming up?
There's always challenges, but there are also opportunities for growth. Achieving our goal of becoming distinguished, or President's Distinguished actually, keeping an overall focus on working together as a group. Another challenge that I see is that we're at a crossroads in Toastmasters where we've gone from our old education program to a new program called Pathways, which encompasses being able to grow in the education system. So we have to bridge that gap between the old system and the new system, and keeping people focused and encouraged on that. Those are some of the preliminary challenges that I have. Some additional challenges is to instill a sense of kinship or mentorship between those who have been in Toastmasters 2 to 3 years and those who are new, and helping them see the opportunities that awaits them if they want to be to participate.
Thank you, Randie. What are some of the ways that district leadership can actually help the clubs and the members in the clubs?
Some of the ways that district leadership can help the members of the clubs: providing quality programs, excellent contests, which involves as many people participating, whether volunteering or competing or giving presentations. There are a lot of different opportunities for personal growth and development in Toastmasters. So as district leaders, our responsibility is to continue to provide the type of programs that are going to encourage our members to get involved, to set goals, to grow, and to achieve them. At district, our primary responsibility is to discover those leaders, find out what it is that they're trying to achieve, and help them to achieve them.
Sound like there's a pretty exciting year coming up. I know you've got a lot of rules and requirements. Are there any unwritten rules or unstated rules that the district director wants to adhere to?
Are there any unstated rules that the district director would like the district to adhere to? There are very few unstated rules. The important part to understand is that we're really an organization of people. We have values, we have missions, we have goals, we have a structure, we have education programs, we have everything it takes to help an individual in a very safe environment become successful, reaching their goals, finding their voice, finding their passion, and pursuing that. So the unstated, but mostly understood by experienced Toastmaster rule is that we're here to develop leaders to bring the next group forward. And that's our primary focus. Everything else we do is to support our common mission.
Randie, that sounds like really interesting. What are some of the things that a member might want to do to prepare for a senior leadership position like this?
Some of the things that a member might want to do to prepare for leadership: there is no direct or common route to district leadership. The one thing that I do encourage members, especially newer members, is to take your time, pace yourself, take a role. Most roles last for a year. Learn that role, learn the skills that that role offers in terms of what it takes to be successful at that. Develop connections like networking with others, develop the ability to lead others, put together committees and groups or whatever it takes to be successful. So continue to take roles and leadership roles, and as you grow, you'll find that one day that you'll be looking at a district leadership position. There are a lot of positions in a district that's 3,000 members. There are still a lot of positions that offer the opportunity to grow as district leaders. So I would encourage people to pace yourself and learn from your experience.
Thank you, Randie. Thank you for sharing those great topics with us. We'll hear more from you later on. But I want to remind you that there are a lot of different leadership roles in the district that it takes to help the clubs. While a new member may see only their club leadership positions, in fact, a lot happens in the background that they don't actually know about. So to talk to another one of those positions, let's now talk to Dilek. Dilek, what is your role this year?
Program Quality Director for our awesome District 57.
And tell us what an awesome program quality director does for an awesome district.
I don't know whether I'm awesome Program Quality Director, but definitely our District 57 is awesome because we do have so many great talented members as well as various clubs with different skill sets, like Toastmaster TV show, and our experienced Toastmasters have advanced clubs, and we do have traditional clubs and definitely we do have pathways program that we are going to have more and more members are going to have.
So how were you attracted to take on this important district leadership position?
Motivation from my club members and also the requirement that I need to achieve to get my DTM. That's how I get involved with the area director role. It used to be called area governor role. Then when I see lots of great role models throughout our district, I said, I will challenge myself. And I have great mentors along the way, and that's how I kept moving forward, and that it lead me to this position at this moment.
So you're in a district position, but are you also in a club?
I usually have the club officer roles all the time till now. At this point, I had to know how to delegate, at the same time bring in new members so that they can have their leadership roles, and also have better time management for my own.
Good. Now we have some questions for you too. Are you ready to give your talks?
Absolutely.
Great.
I am.
So while Dilek's getting ready, I'd like to remind you that we have a lot of officers. We're looking at just 3 of the officers in our district, but in fact we have area directors, division directors, and many, many different club officer roles. So it's a very important way to develop leadership skills as in Toastmasters. So Dilek, I do have some questions for you. First of all, I understand there's a new Toastmasters education program called Pathways. Please tell us what that is and what you like about it.
What is the Pathways program? Pathways program is our new program. We are very privileged. What is Pathways program? Pathways program is our newest program in Toastmasters. We are very privileged to be the first district around the world to launch it with the great leaders like we have George Marshall and we have outstanding Pathways Guide. That's the program to help us to have self-assessment and use the online media more towards our goals and achievements. That is adding a little bit different skill set to our Toastmaster journey. And we do have clubs moving forward with Pathways program. And we do have other districts moving towards the Pathways program. So eventually, all 102 districts will be in Pathways program, but we will always be the champion because we are the first district which launched it very successfully.
Thank you. Here's another question. Now you're in charge of program quality. What are some of the things that you do to help members experience the best possible program that they can in Toastmasters?
What are the possible things to add quality to the clubs? Quality comes with following our program because we do have a tradition and we have great path forward, and especially now we do have Pathways program. When clubs have their leaders and educational goals achieved, that helps them, their members, to challenge themselves and give them additional skill set they can build on. It also helps us to learn how to manage our time, how to work with different people. In overall, we challenge ourselves so that we can get the great skill set that would help us in professional, personal, and Toastmasters life.
Thank you. I understand that Toastmasters has a way of evaluating clubs on how well they're doing. It's something called a distinguished club. Why would a club want to be distinguished, and how would they do it?
Why club needs to be distinguished? Why they do need to follow the distinguished club program? Why do clubs needs to be distinguished and they need to follow distinguished club program? The reason for that is every company or every organization, everything that we do has some measurements of success. And for Toastmasters, the Distinguished Club program is our measure of success. That gives us a challenge and motivation, and at the same time, it gives us a path forward, what we need to achieve. We do have 10 goals, and with Pathways, you will have things to choose from, plug and play, so that's a great advantage that we do have in District 57. With speaking skills, with leadership, and it's all combined in a very great manner. So we will be continuing to our Toastmaster journey, and we will be more proud about our experience.
Great, thank you. What opportunities are there for club members to learn other than the things they do in the club? I know they give speeches in the club. What other events or activities do we have for them?
I do have a great team to help everyone to achieve even more high-level leadership. That was, what are the things that you need to what are the additional leadership roles members can take? We do have Speechcraft Chair, Youth Leadership Program Chair, Fall Conference or Spring Conference Chair, or the committee members. And we have outstanding programs like Outstanding Toastmaster Chair. And we are going to look more successors in the coming years. There is an opportunity for everyone. Whatever things that you would like to achieve, what are the skill set that you would like to, please talk to us or the leaders so that we can have you lined up in your path forward for your own success.
Thank you, Dilek. Thank you. It's great to hear about the Program Quality Director. Let's go on to talk to the third member of our district officer team and find out even more about the way a district functions. Karen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, George. Glad to be here.
So what is your role in the district this year?
This year I'm serving as Club Growth Director.
And tell me what that means.
As Club Growth Director, I'm responsible for helping our existing clubs to be strong and successful, as well as growing new clubs in the district.
So do clubs need new members?
Clubs always need new members. Over time, members stop coming and give up their club membership, and we always need new members to come in so more people can learn to improve their communication and leadership skills.
You know, I've met so many people on the street who don't know what Toastmasters is. Shouldn't we have more clubs to reach all those people?
Absolutely. That's one of my big priorities this year, is to reach out and find new opportunities to grow new clubs so that more people can improve their communication and leadership skills.
So what are the leadership roles that you take prior to taking on this new challenge?
It's very interesting because I've been a Toastmaster for almost 11 years, and for most of that time I just was active inside my club. But 2 years ago, that all changed when I was nominated to serve as an area director. I really enjoyed that experience, and the following year I ran for division director, and that was a great experience, and that's how I got here to be Club Growth Director.
Fascinating. I have some more questions for you. Are you ready to speak?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right. So while Karen's getting ready to speak, I want to remind you that it takes a lot of different people to make a Toastmasters group function. We have 300,000 members around the world, over 16,000 clubs, and in every club there are leadership positions. In every district there are leadership positions. Toastmasters is more than about giving speeches. Toastmasters is where leaders are made because we provide the opportunities for leaders to practice their skills before they get into those job situations. So Karen, can you tell us what you might be doing this year in order to help clubs maintain their membership levels and grow?
My priorities this year are to help our current clubs be successful, as well as develop new clubs in each of our 9 divisions. My first priority is going to be to become acquainted with the new division directors and find out what their plans and goals are for the year. I need to know how the clubs are doing in each division, which ones are strong and which ones need help. Then I can work with the division directors to help those challenged clubs. If they need a club coach and want a club coach, I'll assign one. The club coach will help the club to promote itself, to build its membership, and help those challenged clubs become strong and successful.
Thank you. Can you elaborate on that? What specifically do you think you can do to help clubs become successful and distinguished, and the members feel good about that?
In order for clubs to be distinguished, the members all need to be engaged. One of the keys to that is for the club officers to develop early in the year their club success plan. This is the plan that they follow to help the members reach their goal. When club members are actively working towards their goals, they will be more engaged and feel successful. So another great priority that I have is to ensure that all of our clubs do have a club success plan in place.
Thank you. So I understand that in clubs, the members give speeches and they do other meeting roles and they take leadership roles. What other opportunities does the district offer for them to grow as members and skills?
Most people join Toastmasters because they want to conquer their fear of public speaking. And the Toastmasters program definitely provides a safe place for people to develop their public speaking skills. The other very important part of self-development is developing leadership skills. And in Toastmasters, there are so many opportunities to grow both in your public speaking and in your leadership skills. Beyond the club, there are district leadership positions, such as area director and division director, and then the leadership positions such as club growth director and program quality director and district director. The higher up you go in Toastmasters, the more you're serving and giving back to the members. So many, many different opportunities, and I really encourage all Toastmasters to take a look around and see what suits them.
Thank you. Karen, what ideas do you have on how to create new clubs in our district?
My other priority as Club Growth Director, of course, is to grow new clubs. My goal is to train and put in place new club sponsors, mentors, and club kickoff meeting teams in each division. These people will be ready at a moment's notice when we get a hot lead to go out and get a new club started. I'll call on our division and area directors to help me with this project. We'll also get club members involved in helping with the kickoff meetings and give them a great experience outside the club. This is something that I'm planning on putting in place very early in the year to help grow those new clubs.
So Karen, if some of our members in our clubs wanted to help in creating a new club, if they wanted to assist in part of that process, how would they go about that?
Any club member who has a desire to help grow new clubs, I strongly encourage you to talk to your area director. The area director will help you find the leads and help you cultivate the leads. There's also training that we'll provide for you and some resources to help you feel more ready to pick up the phone and make that call to any community organization or corporation that you think would benefit from having a Toastmasters club. So members, work with your area directors and we will all work together to get those new clubs started.
Thank you, Karen. I really appreciate you sharing some of your insights with us. We're going to go back and have a few more words with all three of our top district officers here in order to just pick up some more ideas on what we can be doing. So, Randie, you're not doing this by yourself. You've got some help. How do you organize and structure a team to where everyone helps play a role in the success of the district?
Thank you, George. That's a very good question. How do I approach this? The exciting part about this position is every year is different. Every director who has this position can adopt their philosophy of management and leadership. My approach is to grow the people on my team, to empower them to be effective and to make a difference. They have full responsibility within their respective areas. I just provide the overall guidance.
So Dilek, one thing we talked about was clubs and club leadership. How do leaders in clubs get trained?
They do attend TLI training, Toastmaster Leadership Institute, and then they do it in-house training. The reason for that is once they do take the roles and have more responsibilities, they do learn while they are doing. And at the same time, we do have mentoring program, and I encourage everyone to take the advantage of it, to have the mentoring program for theirs, so that they can have more people have encouraged and motivated, and also they train their successors for the success of the club and for the Toastmasters in general.
Karen, very briefly, how many clubs would you like to start this year?
The goal is to start 2 new clubs in each of our 9 divisions.
18 new clubs.
18 new clubs.
Is
yes,
that doable?
It is doable.
Absolutely. That sounds fantastic. I really enjoyed talking to you all tonight. I'm glad you could make it to the Toastmaster Time TV show, and I look forward to seeing some of you back again soon. But for now, that is our show for the night. We are Toastmaster Time District 57's television show. If you are interested in being on the television show or in viewing some of our past programs, then I suggest you go to our website, toastmastertime.com. This show is sponsored by District 57. If you would like to find out more about District 57 functions, such as the conferences or the club leader training or other activities, go to our website at d57tm.org. And if you would like to find out more about Toastmasters or where to find a club nearby you, check out the Toastmasters website at toastmasters.org. This is George Marshall, host of Toastmaster Time, and on behalf of all of our district leaders and officers, thank you and good night, and keep on talking.